It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and comics from all over. We ended up in Japan because we want to know what robot love is. We want you to show us. The Talk Funny podcast from Nagoyaradio.com and Nagoyacomedy. Here's Mark Bailey.
Okay, we're back with Talk Funny. I'm Mark Bailey, and we're here with Garrett Groesbeck. He's very into guys. Who said that? No, he's very into not just guys.
Jingle Girl, goodness gracious, how did you get your voice so low? How could you assert such a thing?
He's very into Japanese culture, and he's really taken the plunge with playing the shamisen and the koto and the shakuhachi. And please don't make a joke about that.
I wish I could play the shakuhachi. I wish I was so talented as to be able to do such a thing.
I hear it takes a lot of practice.
Indeed.
And a lot of
dexterity.
Girls. Some guys are better at it than girls, is what I've heard.
Of course.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Actually, I would say the majority of shakuhachi players are men. But
and people, Asport Japan, ASKPORTJAPAN @yahoo.com. That's our email. And his name is spelled GARRETT. I'm just kidding. No, we're talking about a musical instrument. That's what we're talking about.
Of course.
Don't go to Wikipedia
traditional
to look up shakuhachi. Do not do that. And definitely don't go to X-Hamster to look up shakuhachi. Definitely do not do that. And I'm surprised you know what X-Hamster is.
I have no idea. I'm just laughing to be polite.
It's people that used to own hamsters, and now they don't have them anymore. Yeah.
Well, you know what they say about gay people and hamsters.
What was it? Was it ferret is the word that gets to laugh all the time,
true.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's a complete falsehood. The things that we really do are dirty enough, vile enough, without you needing to make up things.
Yeah, these humans are vile enough without having to go to rodents. So I wanted to ask you about it. We mentioned it before. So it's like you said, you know, who you're attracted to, it's a lot probably like heterosexuals too. It's like some guys like girls that are like them.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want that because I don't want to be arguing all night, you know, and I don't want a neurotic.
Are you saying you don't like Jewish women? Is that?
Well, there's a joke I used to tell is my mom said, you know, when are you going to...
As a millennial, I'm required to find that deeply offensive.
When are you going to marry, you know, a nice Jewish girl? I'm like, well, part of me wants to circumcise, part of me wants, you know, to marry a Jewish girl, but my brain wants to marry an attractive girl. So it's a dilemma.
I can make no comment either way on that joke.
You've got to break out of your millennial shell if you're going to have to become an 80-year-old non-PC man if you want to be funnier.
Oh, thank goodness I'm an 80-year-old Japanese woman on the inside. So
as we were saying, some people are attracted to opposites, and some people are attracted to people like them. And as I mentioned off mic, I think in the East Coast, all these movies, these stupid love, what are they called? The romantic comedies,
rom-coms.
And when are we going to see? Are we going to see some gay rom-coms? That would actually be interesting. To see, you know, maybe Hollywood's not ready.
When the American public is ready to see some hot gay abs, when we will see some. But you know, they love them here in Japan. You know, the boys love and all of that. So.
Well, I've heard that the women like these the erotic, the homoerotic comics and stuff. They seem to like that. So back on track. A lot of the romantic comedies, you know, you have this feisty. Happens to be Jewish, not that there's anything wrong with that, feisty girl, and then she meets this other, you know, this Jewish guy, and he reminds her of his mom. Listen, that doesn't happen in real life. I want a woman that's the least resembles my mom. You know, all my issues come from my mom. I don't want like two moms, right? And so some people are attracted to opposites, but some people are attracted to to people like them. So what's your, like, we don't have to name names, but who what's your type? What do you like someone like you, or
I don't think that I have a type. I think my type is with a Y chromosome.
That would be called a yariman, I think.
Oh my god.
Or an everyman. Every man.
10,000 man.
Was it one of the comics? It said, maybe it was Groucho Marx. If you're bisexual, it doubles your chances of getting a date on Saturday night.
It does, yeah. I'm a little jealous of bisexual people.
And if you have no type, then you always have a date, right? I guess. But I mean, you know, but I was brought up in New York to think that a feisty girl with an attitude, with an opinion, is very attractive. And then I came to Japan in the 90s, and there were women. I'm like, do you like, what kind of food? Do you Chinese or Italian? I don't care. You decide. Oh, this is great. No arguments. We've already had dinner and we haven't had an argument yet.
Straight people are so mysterious to me. I don't understand how.
and
I don't know. To me, the issue of gender feels like, and I joked about this at the last open mic and it didn't go over well, but it really does feel like 2 zodiac signs to me. Like there are 12 zodiac signs, and you hear that idea and you think, oh, it's preposterous that there are only 12 personality types based on when you were born. But then people say, oh, men act this way and women act this way, and that feels very strange to me. But I told that joke, and the heterosexuals in the crowd, and there are a lot of you around, did not seem to enjoy it. So.
Actually, no, I'm not responsible for the crowd, but I liked that. I like that diatribe. I like that comparison because there's a lot you can do with that. As a comic, that's a perfect analogy. That is perfect because it's like because as we're finding out with gender, there's like transgender, fluid.
Yeah.
There's like 78 categories.
Yeah.
Right. And there's
basically just there's a lot of variation in humans. Turns out there are all kinds of people out there.
I mean, you thought Baskin Robbins thought there were a lot of flavors of ice cream. What's it called? The Mayo Clinic. They found more flavors.
Baskin Robbins had mayonnaise flavored ice cream, which seems plausible in Japan. I would not put it past them.
Only if they can put corn in it, I think. So the Mayo Clinic has found more than 31 flavors of sexuality, right?
Of course.
And there's all kinds of things. I wanted to mention. I don't know if you're probably not into this because it's kind of. Apparently, I'm the only non-lesbian that's watching this show. It's Orange is the New Black.
Hi, lesbians. Oh, I love Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, can you...
Oh, could you hear...
I need to talk to you on the next episode of this because I've got a lot of questions, and I'll explain why I'm into it. Actually, I'm a lesbian. I just want to announce that. I have kind of
very low
my voice is a little high for a lesbian, but...
That's why we can be friends.
And,
I love lesbians.
And I think the Jingle Girl's jealous because I think I'm dating her ex... So we'll talk about that. This has been Garrett Groesbeck.
Teeth sucking.
This is Talk Funny. I'm Mark Bailey. This is Garrett Groesbeck. We'll be back next week. Talk to you soon.